When I met Demi, the stories about him were enough to make anybody laugh or, I suppose, become extraordinarily intrigued. He was known to be seductive, but also something of a child, a sweetheart. It was strange, and it was somewhat enticing. By the time we met, my family was effectively dead. My sister and I were traveling the world when we found out that my uncle lost all of his children except for one of my cousins and his wife to consumption. And then there were just the three of us. 3 ladies, the end of a line. I had had no luck finding a suitor. My older sister even less, and my cousin, well, after the tragedy she was drunk and surly, and it felt like we were just going to become old women and that our family, that had once been the kings of Cornwall, would fade away forever. But then he looked at me, and I somehow knew he'd picked me, and I thought to myself, he seems nice enough. I'd met his boy in town, and he seemed well-mannered for an adventurer's son. If he could give me a child, even though he would likely claim that child as his own, I could take him someplace far away and raise him as a Cairnu. And maybe in some way my family would continue. And I told him. I didn't hide it from him. And he didn't hide all of his women from me. He told me who he was. And I didn't shy away. I knew most of it from the stories, and he seemed genuinely not to be ashamed, but also not to want to do me any harm. And so, we made our deal, we had our one night, and he left me with a son. And then, just when I thought I had made for myself the best life and circumstances that a husbandless woman could make when she came from a forgotten dead family, he came back. And he came back. And eventually, I resigned myself to the fact that he was never going to leave again. Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Hunter, and we're here once again with Demetrius, our explorer, our bard, basically around the world looking for ladies. Not anymore. We got married last episode because we found who we consider to be the very last Cornish princess. She has one sister, and her Cairnu dynasty it's at its end. Look at that. It's right there at the end. Yeah, so we brought her in. You know, we're helping her get a future for her. She's never gonna get a matrilineal marriage anyway, and so, you know, her bloodline can live on in the Rurkids, I guess. We are traveling north because we also found Sigrid, who is the Jarl of Iceland. So we've been going north, not just to do that, but we also want to pick up all of the sites in England, because there are a lot of them, and picking up all these sites is good for us because we are going to try to cap out the explorer decision with 60 full exploration. We're also going to wait until we are exalted among men to do it, even though we won't need to. I hope there's some work for us around here, because if there's not, we're going to have some problems, because we are out of food. And it looks like there is probably not. Oh, there's a couple of things. Okay, let's take a look. There's this. We are always good at these. Duke Dolphin needs some eyes in the shadow. Okay, it's got money on it, so that's good. I'd prefer to do things that have money and provisions on them. We've also got this, right? Which is ruler reputation. Ruler reputation also gives us money. And we have this, which we will not take. I don't think. This countess needs somebody to go someplace. I think we're gonna do the eyes in the shadow first, because I think that's pretty suited to us. This is very dangerous territory. We could, being that we are explorers, we could take boats. Let's do it. Let's get a boat and head up north and help this guy with his spy mastery problem. We've spent a lot of time on boats. Lines about legacy. So this woman, Count William's Chancellor, she wants to drop us a line about our legacy. Oh, that's okay, fine. A fellow poet, that seems all right. Let's send a poem to our wife about romance. Contact Eyes in the Shadow. Here we go. We'll start planning immediately. Diplomat. Our mad woman, always a good diplomat. Our shill will be, of course, the old priest. And our gabber. Dukak is dead. We get this Breton guy to do it, or we could get Mir to do it. Burmond the Knight. This is the Occitan Knight. We will put him in as our theologian. Our Justicar is Mari, or Mir. I think we'll put Mari in, and then that means the Gabber will in fact be Mir. All right, guys, you know the drill. Finding this man's secrets so that we can get paid and start refilling the provisions. Our daughter has come of age. She is unlanded with her mother in some far-off place. Well, good on you. Your mother has made you a spy. That's good. You did pretty good, actually, considering I don't think she gave you a guardian. Espionage discovery. While investigating my acquaintance, King Fergus, I have uncovered a secret held by Provost Holden Berwick. Very interesting. Oh, you're an embezzler, are you? I wonder how much what you're willing to do to hide that. Oh, we'll just keep it to ourselves for now. Might be useful though, having a spy master hook on this guy. It might be especially useful if we were trying to settle here in Scotland, which we, or should I say Alpa, if we were, but we absolutely are not. we're for warm climes. This is a vacation. We just wanted to see. We wanted to see our new wife's home island. That's the whole purpose of this. Literally nothing else. Quick study, smart boy. So he could learn Anglic. He could say maybe teach me two. That's not a good chance that I learn. And we're gonna tell him, good kid, good job. You remind me of your brother a lot. I wish he'd been in the camp more with you, but your ages don't match up, so it's fine. Crusader Kings, so there are crusades available now. Christian faiths now have access to crusades. Do we want to go on a crusade? That could be fun. We're actually not, our army's okay now. Like, we have this like pretty interesting little army built up. We don't use it for anything except to protect ourselves and to give people the proper impression that we're a prince, now that we're 100% claiming to be a prince, right? Like, we are absolutely a prince. I wonder if we'll lose our prince title when we found our dynasty. I also learned that if I find my dynasty, like if she gets pregnant while we're still in the camp, it will found my dynasty inside the camp. So we do have to start, now that we have a wife, like an actual producer of legitimate children, we have to start making sure that our bastards, like we have to legitimize our last bastard, because we do not want to accidentally trigger the dynasty and have him stuck as a bastard for a kid. There'd be very little we could do about that. Okay, we have capped this, and we let it run to 10, all in time. My son, Huppold, has been impressed with one of the household knights. So this is patient. You are stabby like me. Patient isn't bad, I don't think. Did we end up giving that to your brother? Patient is a learning thing. So there's generous, which is what we are. Diligent. I think we would favor generous because it's our own trait, even if it stresses us out a little bit. We teach our son to give what he has to others. We are done here. We're just not, we just got the 10th, so that'll give us our extra 5%. Eyes in the Shadow, success. Nice. Got some hooks. Let's head back. We should probably fix this because we do not want it destroyed. This is one of our great artifacts, our detailed map. We have a pretty eclectic set of artifacts here. Our Cisalpine sword. We maybe should rename this something to something like more telling of us, right? Let's investigate. Oh, we found another serpentine Budai. Interesting. It is a splendid thing. We might sell those, or at least one of them. I think we will. I've spent nearly all of my time going to, like, only exclusively to castles, which is strange, but I think it's just what he's attracted to. I think, though, we're gonna change that, and we're gonna move to there's a city holding near here, right? That's our camp. No, there's only churches. Okay, never mind that plan. Let's we'll do that later. Instead, we're gonna do this improve ruler reputation and get out there, do some work. This is very easily correctable to be more safe. And we don't really have any motivation to do dangerous trips anymore because we have filled seasoned. We are the veteran traveler. Ooh, and this is a fight corruption. Well, I mean, we have been doing that kind of work, and we did want to have an excuse to travel to the capital. Expectations. You are always there for me, and I hope you know that I am grateful. I would rather be friends with my son than have a hook on him. Oh, he's been given it. Okay, so August of Tintuggle has been named the Old. He's not going to be around much longer. His family is going to die too. All these old Cornish families. It's too bad, really. Bettering Mormare's name. Okay. So we'll do balanced because it's nice to get these done fast. And we're going to put the usual people in. Sislava. We can do that. Musician is Victor, of course. The Herald can be Mir. And the final Herald can be... Oh, sorry. And the Gabber can be Malkaz. Priest. All right. Let's try to get this done. So we have discovered... Why are you guys trying to kill each other? I've supported you this whole time. I'm taking care of your giant son. What do you want from me? This is the mother of my son, Count Jacob. Oh, the boy is sick, but it's just a regular illness, and the doctor has treated him, so that should be fine. All this court politics. This is what happens when your court fills up with people. This is exactly why I was avoiding conflict like lovers in the camp at the beginning, because this is just so stressful. We do not murder. We do have some make requests. Could just ask him for gold. I mean, he's not gonna be happy either way, but we'll take some provisions off of him. And for you, wonder if there's anything interesting here. Family. He only has daughters. Interesting state your family's in. Who's this? This is King Fergus. Be pretty cool to marry one of our daughters to the to this heir, but that feels way above our station. That feels like we won't even be able to do that with a hook. That's how far above us that feels. Is there anyone interesting in here that we could marry? And I mean, we have people who could use wives, like lower members. She's not very bright. She's a little old, so the answer to that is no. So I'm just gonna take provisions. Let's keep on this thing. I want to start marrying my younger knights. Oh, Sislava, your face. You should be glad that we were willing to take you in. That's all I gotta say. Your poor face. It's fine. Oh, he is ill. Is everyone ill? Is there a plague here? Or is it just the sickness season? I don't think it's winter. It is absolutely winter. December is absolutely winter. It's like we don't even know what time of year it is. This will cap at 100, so we'll just take it to 100 and then execute with 5. Then we will we'll take this job. We will help to suppress the rebelling peasantry, because we're not an everyman. We might have been sometime ago at the beginning, but we are very much starting to believe maybe we are a prince. Maybe we are more important than everybody else. I mean, there's very few people in the world who are more traveled than me. Okay, so there's some camp gossip. I will investigate. Nothing to see here. All right. Well, you know, we have pedagogued our son. He now has another point of diplomacy. Good job, good kid. And we will take this job. So we need to fight corruption. So Duke Haldera of the Isles, Alba's marshal, visits my encampment, and he wants us to deal with some people. We will move our camp. Where is the first location? He wants us to go to Gowrie, which is literally the capital. So we will actually move our camp there because we want to move there anyway. So let's start traveling. Plus, it's a good idea to visit the capital of Alpa while we're here. Travel, cultural fascination. So teach me about your people. What does this do? Earn a language scheme with a large bonus. That's interesting. Scots have Anglic. I would love to learn Anglic. Maybe, yeah, we'll give it a shot, right? Oh, that's a big bonus. That makes up for how bad we're at this altogether. Sislava, are you making trouble? Sislava? Yes, what is it, Demi? I hear that you've been fighting with some of the new people.
Skara is hardly new. He's been here for 6-7 years.
He's newer than you. What is your problem with him?
He's constantly bragging about his conquests.
Yes, Sitzlava, I also constantly brag about my conquests.
Yes, but you've helped me and stood by me, and he has a wife and a daughter in the camp.
Sitzlava, we have to respect other people's differences. That's how this camp works.
Ugh, then why can't he respect my differences?
Please. You've been here longer, so if I'm going to ask somebody to help me enforce the rules and not make trouble, it's going to be you. Fine.
I will respect your request because you have given me a home these many years and I have had a very difficult time finding one before that. But he doesn't care for you any more than he does me.
Thank you. We need peace in the camp, all right? It's like the most important thing to me is peace in the camp. Contract fight corruption. You will do as we say, and we will have to use our horse archers. That's just how it goes. Okay, let's make haste to the next location. Yeah, we're not taking our camp there. Back down to Annandale. Bring our troops. Guys, silence your people or die, peasant. Okay, he wants us to go to Strattern, which is where we were. Let's get all this work done for these guys, you know? So much work. So much using our troops to garrison all these places, and then we have to replace them. Silence your people or die, peasant. You need to accept the fact that you are ruled by a righteous king, right? They want me to go to alt cult. Here's this. There. Let's make haste. Start traveling. Silence your people or die, peasant. Yeah, we have a big enough army to handle this. It is going to cost us a little bit, but... And we will go to Lothain. Start traveling. We stopped our camp in Strattern, even though he said we would be going to all the way to Gowrie, but that's fine. And we will finish it! Learning by example. So I can get you some attributes based on the people we have in jobs. We have a huntsman. That is learning and prowess. What is your prowess even like? It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. You're still a kid too. Learning is like your big disadvantage. None of these guys is going to be giving you the thing I'd really like to give you, which is more intrigue. Diplomacy is good for you. Stewardship will be important. Stewardship it is. How's your mother doing, by the way? She's still out there. She's still got her stuff going on. That's good. Countess Mariana, who we had our little romance with before we found our wife and settled down. We are going to, I think, we could still go back and do this. The king does owe us, right? The kind of requests we can make of the king are pretty big. It'll be a 12,000, 1,200 provisions. Is there anybody in here we would like to marry? I mean, ideally, a marriage for one of our daughters. If that doesn't work out, we could try to marry one of our people. Are there any ladies in here who might marry into our camp? That's just that guest. But I don't think you can marry off guests. Let's do it. Let's see if we can find somebody worthwhile to marry. How much you don't like us at all? Maybe now's not the time. Maybe we do some more work. Oh, he wants to send us away. Sorry. Mormare Art. No, it's not him. It's somebody else wants to send us away. Oh, because we're in Strathern, right? We're not in Gowrie. Are we ready to move on? I mean, maybe we take this. Where's this going to take us? You want us to go to London. Oh, all the way back down south to the capital of England. I think we do go. I don't think we go. I think it's too far. I think instead we just grab our camp here. We move it to the capital here because we did want to get there before we go. Then let's see if we can maybe... Oh, a martial perk. That's nice. That gets us loyalty and respect for spouse opinion or household guard, which is 4 extra nights. I mean, that would be useful later. I'm just going to take loyalty and respect. I mean, our spouse loves us a lot already, so we don't really need it, but it is it's good to get close to the end, right? Let's go into town and sell our serpentine budai. Okay, I'd be willing to part with... No, we're not pressing that. We'll just take what you'll give us. There you go. Do we want to buy supplies? 100 isn't bad to fill back up. We're not stealing. Sure, let's fill back up. Might as well go to the time crier while we're here. It's Justicar contracts or scholarly work. We'll put the Justicar contracts on the map. We may not need them, but we could. It could be something worthwhile. And let's go to the tavern. Ooh, there's a sneaky lady, but we know what that leads to. That leads to becoming a criminal. So let's listen to the story and see if there's anything new worth doing. So there is a diplomacy here and a diplomacy here. Mormir Findbar. Okay. All right, Findbar. You would like us to perform in a play, which we feel kind of obligated to do, because, I mean, we do this. This is one of the things we do. We are the famous actor, right? Oh, one of our other daughters has come of age. She didn't do as well as her sister, but she did all right. Okay. Aches and pains. Oof. You know, all my life I've been telling myself to just put up with this. Demi. Ugh. What is it? You've been sleeping on the hard ground for weeks at a time. I've been sleeping on the hard ground my whole life, dearest. Yes. And it's been causing you back problems your entire life. At least according to all of your friends. What are you saying? You're not poor. We are not poor. We are a wealthy adventuring company. I think you should treat yourself. Treat myself? What do you mean? I think we should spend a night at the inn, or even 3. Rest in a real bed, you know? Oh, if you insist, dearest. But instead, to the inn. I have a wife now. You know, when people's backs are hurting, we no longer have the ability to just tell them, you gotta work it out, because now we have a wife. Musician is always Victor. Can I have my wife be the socialite? I think that's cool. She hasn't done much work for us. It'd be nice to have that go on, and we can have the Breton also help out. People we don't usually have work, right? Still trying to learn Anglic. Hopefully we can succeed pretty soon. Is there anything interesting in this town? Not really. No, there's not a lot of people around here. I mean, I think we could, like, maybe arrange a marriage here. He's got a lot of courtiers. We might be able to find a wife for one of our knights this way. He does not have a lot of women here. And I don't think he can marry the guests off. Don't think he can marry the guests off. I guess if we're just going to be leaving here, we would be best off to just take the provisions, but we just filled up on provisions. We should have taken the provisions instead of fill up on them. It would be 60 gold worth of money if we took provisions from him. We'll make a decision later. We will, of course, encourage the friendship because we like people to get along, and we think that they'll get along with us better. Friendship blooms. Good, good. Relations in the camp are excellent as always. I don't think you can expect anything else at this point, though. Demetrius is just... he's just a great leader at this point, you know? He's settled down. He had enough children. Surprising that he's got 3 adult children now. We really need you to be, we need you to be... we need you legitimized. We gotta do that. A sinister consideration! Kate. Demetrius, I know you and I both can gaze into pleasure of the flesh, that the priests would have us deny. After all, who can tell us how God would want us to live? We clearly have more in common than not. I think you and I should spend more time together away from the rotten brains of the simple people. What do you think? I think I agree with literally everything you said. You know, I would like to be closer to being your friend. I mean, our son is a very successful young man. Did you know? I arranged for him to be a count. He is a count. His children are going to be counts after him. It was a lot of good work. Right? I did it by seducing an old countess. It's like a plot from a movie or an old novel. What is this one? This one is performing a play. Well, we feel obligated to do that. We perform in the plays, right? That's a thing we do. This is at 100% now. Let's execute the scheme. Excellent. So we have performed in a play. We are overfilled on provisions. That's fine. Sometimes we're doing these things just for our vanity, you know? Like the perform in a play is just for our vanity. We could move our camp to the coast, or we could see if... it's just too far. Maybe if we move our camp to the coast, right? That's what I'm saying. If we move it here, we might be able to have a little bit of a conversation with our old friend Sigurd. I'm not going to Iceland. She's not that important to me. It's the frickin' winter. This is as far north as I go, okay? This is extreme. We've gone a long way north. Let's customize our route. No, we don't need to. Let's just head straight out. We're good. Up to Ross, and then see if that's close enough to have a little chat with Sigrid. Oh, there's some spy work here too. That might be worth it. I mean, we got to do the play. Can we see her yet? We can! Hey, there's literally nothing we can do to interact with you. But we can say we did because we can see you now. Hey! Request to claim. That doesn't make any sense. I know she would do that. I wouldn't want to live there anyway. It's fine. Yeah, we would never have gotten along if you stayed in the camp. It just wasn't meant to be. I'm glad you made a good place for yourself with the world. I'm also glad we came north far enough to send you a letter. Let's act in a play. How close are we? Oh, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. This ought to be fun. Okay. She'll check. Socialite is our wife. Poet is Mir, as always. Musician is Victor, as always. Old man Victor, good job. And I will put the Mad Nadia into the position of Gabber because poor Derkok is dead. I miss you, man. Let's run this out. I wonder if there's anybody in his camp we could marry to one of our people. Oh, he has this 30-year-old Swedish girl. That's weird. So we can tell him to stay within sight, or we can tell him to go explore. Stay within sight gives him diplomacy, stewardship, and intrigue. Go explore gives him martial and learning. Go on, kid. Explore. Go! Into the wilds, child. Make sure you're back before we're done with the play, because we're not going to be here that long. We do these plays quite quick now. We've got the whole thing set up, right? Like, just, what other decisions are there, by the way? Each one of these is by camp type, right? Knight of the Swan, Orthodox Ascension, Found a Holding. We're not good enough to do that. We don't want to become a great conqueror. We don't want to do anything with the Russian culture. It's really only the travels we have any intent of. Because to do this, we would need 3 of these. We could get 1,000 gold. That'd be easy enough. We're never going to be a devoted servant. We're never going to be an architect, and we're never going to have 18. So that's fine. It's just not an us thing. Lessons in charity could make him arrogant. We're gonna make him fickle. I mean, I am arrogant, so he's more likely to become arrogant than fickle. I'm also fickle, though. I kind of jumped on that a little fast because I actually am also fickle. Our daughter has been taken prisoner. For what reason? Why would you do that? We have to pay her ransom, of course. I'm lost. Yeah. Why would you imprison our daughter? He must have known. Oh, they've almost finished Living Legends. I think they've almost finished the Legends, haven't they? Yep, they're almost there. You guys, good on you. And we're gonna have to decide where we're gonna land, because I got all these thoughts. My cousin has been imprisoned. That doesn't matter to me in the literal sense. She is my cousin, but I'm not sure I care. Let's finish the play, execute the scheme. Let's do it. Yes, more prestige, more provisions. We have a long road ahead of us. Let's help with the spy work over here for a little bit of gold and a little bit more prestige. We really want to become exalted among men. Travel contract accepted. We probably should have went into the sea. Let's stop here. This doesn't make any sense. Could you pop out this way, please? Like, always go by port if there's a port. We love the sea. We're explorers. We're so safe in the sea, right? We gotta make big decisions though, because now we have to decide who we are, like what our future is. And it's kind of weird. Classified information, so let's do it. Side a little closer. Perhaps if I just pretend I knew. I have enough of hiding out. We'll just punch the guy out. Success! I was expecting you to be a spy, but instead you punched a man out. It's fine. As long as you did the work, you get the money. That's what we're here for. This guy, let's make a request of you. No one in your court. Oh, they're all married. So who do we have we can make requests of here? We can make a request of this Prince Bishop. I say we actually get more gold from taking provisions than we do from taking gold, so we will take provisions from him. We're getting out of here, so when you're getting out of here, you gotta make this stuff happen. This Duke here, you try to arrange a marriage in his court. I would like, well, let's put any man in the spot. Let's put any woman in the spot. You'll marry this guy, this courtier, this blind guy to our daughter. I'm not sure we're gonna curse her with some blind man, so that's not a thing we're gonna do. And we have this Italian woman. Maybe we can take one of his men away. This guy, he won't give up because he needs him. Oh, you know what we could do? I have the perfect idea. This is freaking genius. But she's not on the list. No, she's not on the list. And it was such a good idea. Oh, why? Why is she not on the list? It's fine. He doesn't really have anybody we want to marry to anyone. Maybe we do take the blind guy. Maybe we have the young woman here take pity on the blind kid. Won't do that because he is a noble. What about this weird guy? Nope. The only thing you'll do is marry your blind kin to our daughter. Oh no. It doesn't feel like a good deal to me. So we'll just let that go. I will also try to arrange a marriage in his court. My daughter. No way he'll do this. Okay, no. Let's clear this. Head porter. No one can marry. Okay, so there's no one here either. Because he won't marry the Swedish guy to my daughter. He's got no women. Are you sure? You sure? Ah, fine. Alright, nope. And then we got this guy. We'll also do an arranged marriage with him. Just to see if there's anyone that she can marry. And no. And no. Okay. And none of our knights. Yeah, no. That's fine. Let's get out of here. We've been here long enough. I have decided. So we are trying to, at this point, get back to Rome. To the Great Empire. Because that is where we're likely going to settle. It's either that or return to Barcelona. I mean, we did... Our best time of our life was in Barcelona, but I don't know how easy it will be to convince people down here that they should help us, right? It is a very, 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 very hostile region, though, so we might be able to make a way for ourselves in Barcelona, down here, right? Like, if we took this county, those are my two real choices. I always wanted to be on the Mediterranean. We could do Spain, or we could come in here and try to make our way in the Empire. I mean, if I went to here, I would probably adopt the local culture, and I do like Catalan culture. I think it's a good culture. Matches us with our poetry trait, seagoing, ritualized friendship. Like, it really feels like the kind of place that we would go. And we don't have to go to the Empire right away. We have so much randomness in what our next generation could be. I think we're going to try that. I think what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to become a vassal of Barcelona by getting a claim on this and becoming his subject. I think converting to Catalan makes a little bit of sense. We could also get our youngest son there. In order to do any of this, though, we are going to have to get close enough. We should also check where we are on this, because another reason to go to Greece was to get this to 60, right? Hit 52. We are so close to getting this. We've already done everything in Spain. We need 8 more. Well, first, before we go anywhere, let's refill. And then I say, this is a tough decision. I mean, there are places up here. We could try to hit our family's territory through, like, the north, like going up to Lithuania in some place, and then get all the locations up here in Denmark, because Denmark actually has quite a few spots, and it would be an interesting place to go, right? Like, we do want to travel the world still. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. So, fixed layout is good. I kind of like this. Oh, that's only for Swords for Hire. Yeah, we're not Swords for Hire. Could also pick the barber's tent building, right? I do need my money, though. And really, the only stuff here that's worthwhile is... There's nothing wrong with a dentist, really. No, let's not push it. Let's not spend anything right now. We don't need to do it right now. We can make a decision later. But we are going to definitely... And that's why we actually opened this up in the first place. We're going to come over here to... Maybe we start in here, in the capital of the Holy Roman Empire, right? And then we move north from there. We could even just travel along the coast if there's nothing interesting. So let's do that. This is going to be our destination. We're not doing that. That seems weird. So we customize our route because we're going to go to sea immediately. Right? Instead of landing there, though, I think we're going to come to here, right? Then we will land there. Then we will go back to sea. Then we will go here. Then we will go here. And then, I think one last time, we'll take one more boat. I think that's a good journey. We can visit all the locations up here. We got a region full of locations around us still too. We could definitely hit our 60 here. We could grab these two going along the coast. Ooh, Kiev has changed so much since we were there at the beginning. Maybe we should go back to Kiev. When visited, it was an intrigue court. It's now a stewardship court. I am called by Spain though. I don't know. Let's go. That's about half of our provisions to get through this trip. And we can easily replace them. We got money right now, and there's gonna be work. There's work wherever we go, right? We're getting close to 50. 50 is when we said we would switch from travel to settling down for sure. And that's only 3 years away. We're still very healthy. Very healthy. Our wife hasn't gotten pregnant, which is interesting. She's starting to get a little old. We do want to land while it's still theoretically possible for her to have a kid, right? Yeah, that's kind of important. Okay, sinister consideration. As I make my way back from the church, it's another lustful person saying that we should stay away from people and talk about how crappy the church is. Language success. I can speak Anglic. Our languages. There. It's the mouth. I just couldn't see it because it's light blue. So we know Brythonic and Anglic and East Slavic. That's interesting. It's interesting that we didn't really learn any languages until the end of our trip, and they were all in England. I mean, Brythonic is important to us because it lets us speak with our wife. Like she definitely speaks Brythonic, and our son is Cornish because, of course, he was born to her while she was while we weren't together. You know, that's why he's a bastard, right? Growing up. Okay. You want it? Earn it. Father, Uphold, my son begins as he marches up to me. I have decided that I am now a man and I shall have my own tent. No more sharing with anyone for me. Okay, you're a man now. If you want it, earn it. Your child until I say otherwise. I mean, he has a chance of succeeding at this. I don't want to frustrate him. You know, generally I've been good to my kids and I can afford 75 prestige to give him what he wants, so yeah, he can have his own tent. I mean, he's proven himself just by existing. 1 herb for you, okay. What does this herb do? Let's do this. Oh, we became an herbalist. That's not okay. We're an herbalist now, I guess. I mean, it's an intrigue trait. It does make us better at seducing women, apparently. All right. Because that's literally 100% of our intrigue focus is seducing women, and we got better at it by learning about herbs. That says a lot of things. Oh, our serpentine boot eye. When we sold the one that was you know, I think we're just gonna get rid of this. Do we use it? We do, and we have nothing to replace it with, so yeah, no, we will repair it. We got the money, so we might as well get it done. These are the trinkets of our adventures. We don't want them disappearing. So we have visited the capital of the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, and there's so much work around us. Do we want to do a lot of work, or what? Let's see. We're gonna take Groom to Rule now that they switched it to second. I think that's really good, by the way, that they moved it away from being the thing you obviously had to take. It makes it a little bit more difficult to like make the obvious choice. I hope your wife is happy because you are an excellent husband. You have no direct conflicts. I mean, she's arrogant and brave and content, and you're diligent, generous, and cynical. And how's your boy? It's going to be learned, and he's being taught by his mother. That's not a great choice. Oh, you're teaching one of our relatives, his sister. Oh, you're teaching the king's sister. I mean, he is your king. That's actually a pretty honorable thing to be doing. Like, that's a really pretty good distinction, to be fair. How did you like this, kid? Would you like 50? Oh, he's too far away. They're too far away still, so we do have to get closer, which is something to also consider. I don't know if I want to end this episode without getting him legitimized. So maybe, what is this? This is well-spoken envoys. Any of these jobs quick? Looking for a knight of true virtue? Let's do it. We'll do a couple of more missions, and then we'll take a ship and try to get close to the capital, to the old country. Close enough to send a letter, at least. Did we? Oh, we didn't take it. I thought we took it. Did I just not click? Oh, I did the thing where you don't click. I didn't click travel. There's a lot of conflict up here in the Northern Holy Roman Empire. A fair man to the rescue. We must make haste. Balanced approach is best. I say A balanced approach is best. We'll have our knight and port here being us. We'll have Stefan. I don't even remember this. Oh yeah, it's the guy. It's this guy. It's the Lombard, the guy with the scales. Okay. Thug. Carno can be the thug. I haven't decided if his name is Carno or Cerno. Victor can be the lookout. Absolutely. And our footpad can be one of the ladies. Mother. Oh, sorry. The Victor's wife or the girl. I mean, I think Ippolita can do it. That's a pretty good idea. So let's get this done. That's pretty good cycling speed. We'll get this done fast. We hit 100% too. We won't be here for long. Probably like 3-4 months. And then we move on to the capital. Maybe we pick up, like this might be fast. It's Eyes in the Shadows. Requires a Find Secret scheme. It's not too bad. This will probably be slow though. We could roll the dice on that as well. Schemer discovered. Victor is trying to kill... Why are you guys always trying to kill each other? You need to stop. Guys... I get it. You're an eclectic group of people from all over the world, and you don't all get along. But come on, do it for me. I need you to do it for me. My spot. So they're arguing now. They both have 100 opinion of me. Figure it out amongst yourself. I usually don't do. I usually intervene, but right now I'm not. Oh, we got done so fast that we hit 100 before we could execute. Well, that's interesting. We have a martial perk available. We're almost finished Gallant. Isn't that interesting? Really getting there. Got Peacemaker. This is like one of the fastest one of the fastest contracts we've ever done. Like we're 100% before we can seize it. All right. We do not have to part ways. Well, yeah, I mean, I've been looking for people to marry people in my court, and I got a knight you might want to marry. You don't have to part ways. This does not, I just want to check this, right? I just want to check this. She joins my camp, but we don't get any kind of romantic relationship, and it just makes the mayor angry. Yeah, you don't have to go away. I have a man that you might want to marry. Who do I think is the most deserving? Definitely not our grandson. Definitely not the giant boy. That's not happening. But Bermond, that's the Occitan. I think maybe the Breton. I think the Breton. Found you a wife, man. Yeah, this mayor sent me out into the woods to do some stuff. There was literally no money involved at all, which is fine. But yeah, we did what he asked. Can't really complain. He wants to complain real bad, but he really can't. We'll take some provisions. Do we want to do this? Or do we want to do this? I mean, this is probably going to be faster. So let's do this because we don't really have to travel very far. We do have to move on though. We have to move on. Eyes in the Shadow. Start planning the breakout immediately. So, Diplomat, Chet. Ah, the old priest. The good shill. He's a good shill. Mir. Actually, we'll get the Breton to do it. Bermond makes a good theologian. And our Justicar can be Mari the Stranger. Get out there and get this work done. We don't want to be here that long. 3 months probably is all we want to be here for. Not a day longer than that for sure. Espionage Unbeliever. Okay, that's a interesting little secret we discovered for that spy master. Yeah, after this we're gonna just go up and legitimize our boy. And then really hope our wife gets pregnant. I'd hate to have to ditch her because she doesn't get pregnant. She's 40. We have such a high percentage chance too. It's pretty statistically unlikely that she hasn't gotten pregnant yet. And it gets harder and harder the whole time. I wonder what sites he sees gives him a trait. But I would rather him make a shot at getting the intrigue. Nice. We've had very good outcomes on that. This guy, this kid, you're tough. You could also be an intrigue. So since you could be an intrigue, I have a place for you. It's beside me. It's at my side. So come on, kid. Join the party. Join the party. Wenheden. Boy, we have children of so many as distant names unrelated to each other. It's kind of hilarious. It's kind of absolutely hilarious. All right. I'm not going to pass this hook on. I don't get much from that. It's fine. I would just like to be finished this job because I'm starting to worry about whether or not our wife is going to get pregnant. I'll keep this obligation for another one? Dude, dude. Listen, don't send people who are good at their job out to discover evidence of crimes when most of the crimes are yours. You need to put incompetence in charge of looking for secrets when most of the crimes are yours. We're gonna just wait to get the extra 5% because it's only an 88 success chance. There we go. So we will execute. Nice. Now simply take the gold. Try not to think about it. Yeah, sometimes we do some rough work, you know. It was actually this guy. I thought it was like you, but it was actually like one of the vassals that I was picking up on. Oh, I thought you... Never mind. Never mind what I said. Right, so once we camp down, we're going to make a journey. So that journey is going to be the last journey of this episode and a very important one where we are going to travel, I guess, here, right? We got to go through the forests. We could drop the scout for talents and get the wilderness kit. Helps a bit. We can customize our route. Make sure we go through this capital. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would we not just go to the sea? Or alternatively, no, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of your ideas about how this should work. I am going to cross the first bridge. It's less than half of our provisions. It's a very dangerous trip, but I think it gets us to where we want to go. So let's start moving the camp. Okay, hopefully this is close enough. If not, we'll make a trip further down. I am really fascinated by doing the Barcelona thing. We do not eat road food because road food always results in us getting sick and being stressed and getting unhappy. Here we go. We have visited the capital of the Kingdom of Pomerania, and we will visit the capital of the Kingdom Lithuania, and we will see if we're close enough now. We can legitimize him. The old guy don't want to do it. We'll always start by sending a poem, because if the poem works, we don't have to spend money. If the poem doesn't work, we can always spend money. Hey old man, I got this kid here. Could you legitimize him for me? Thanks a ton. You're a great guy. And yeah, that leaves us in the critical decision. Rome? Oh geez, did Rome has collapsed. That might be making our decision for us. How did Bulgaria become a gigantic cancer in the empire? Wow. So this guy is a populist leader who made himself the king of Bulgaria and then took like so much of the empire. Yeah, it does mean there's going to be more chaos, which means more to do. I don't even want to look at that anymore. We are going to Barcelona. We are going to Barcelona. Barcelona it is. That is the decision. Thank you for watching. I hope you join us in the next one. Goodbye for now.